Welcome everyone to OP Gaming, a place full of clutches, tips, tricks, comedy, and yes, sometimes romance. Today, we're gonna look at all of the exotic swords. They're gonna be on the screen right about now. As you can see, there are three exotic swords. Solar is the Raise Lighter, Void is the Dark Drinker, and then Arc is the Bolt Caster. And yes, these swords will be class specific, so what you have been hearing is true. So the Sunbreaker will get the mighty Raise Lighter, Stormcrawlers will get the luxurious Bolt Caster, and the Night Stalker will get the dastardly Dark Drinker. I'm super excited about this, guys. You should be too, because they're freaking swords. They're freaking swords. Now, how do we actually get these new swords? Well, we're going to be getting them through exotic quests, and we actually have to do them ourselves. As like the thing says, we forge them with our own hands. We believe that to get these exotic quests, you either have to finish the brand new subclass quest line, or you have to do all the old subclass quest lines. So once we get the quest, there are 6 steps for each sword quest line. The first 4 are basically the same, and those are, starting with number 1, gather materials and kill enemies with the designated ability, whether it be Arc, Void, or Solar. That's using your super. Titans will need to also get helium filaments on the moon. Hunters will need to get relic iron on Mars, and warlocks will need to get spin metal leaves on Earth. And it just says 10, so we think you're just going to have to gather 10. Hopefully that's it. Number 2 is super easy. It's just going and speaking to Lord Shaxx in the tower. Number 3, he will then pass you along to the gunsmith, which is super cool. Gunsmith, forging, which it says to wait for the Arms Day shipment for the alloys. We assume that the Arms Day reset will then give you the ability to get these alloys that are required, which will be every Wednesday. The Arms Day reset will be every Wednesday. Once you collect this, you will move on to the next step, which is talking to Lord Shaxx, and then it gets a little bit more difficult and interesting and different for each one. At step 5, you will have to go to the Dreadnought and kill 2 specific enemies within 30 seconds of each other in order to quote-unquote seal the blade. Sunbreakers will need to defeat Aldeg, Warden of Oryx, and then Alec Hool, the Dark Blade. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. Night Stalkers will need to defeat Holstor, or Hellstor, Warden of Oryx, and then Alec Hool, the Dark Blade again. Stormcrawlers will need to defeat Thraku, Warden of Oryx, and then Alec Hool, the Dark Blade once again. So Dark Blade, like before, you gotta kill them 3 times, which will be kind of annoying, but it'll be easier. So you gotta kill those 2 guys within 30 seconds of each other. Once you manage to do this dubious task, pun, you will have to go to speak to Lord Shaxx, and in return, you will have your epic new exotic sword. So that's the new exotic quest line for every sword that we will be able to get. I hope you guys are ready, because Oryx is coming whether you are or not, and I'd rather be wielding a sword, wouldn't you? I'll see you guys later in the Dreadnought, suck a fish, and as always, like and